Marshmallow Fanboy here. I hope you're having a great holiday season. It is Christmas Eve, and in my family, we had a tradition with the family where we would all get together. And I didn't see my cousins at Christmas, just at Christmas Eve. So when we got together, we could open one present. And my cousin Ryan and I had the same interests, so the package was always the same size. It was always usually just the same thing. They were very careful not to give us different stuff because we'd look at the other and go, hey man, I didn't get one of those, so I want one of those. So there were a lot of duplicate, two Castle Grayskuls given, two, Stridors given, two, sets of 3 or 4 figures given. They were careful, but Masters of the Universe was one of the toy lines I grew up on as a kid. So I had that to look forward to for, 2 or 3 Christmases, I think. The figure line went on. And now they have this Masterverse set where they are sort of giving you what they've already given you, but making it look better. I don't know if that made sense. The Origins line was a direct descendant of the originals, and the Masterverse were more for the Masters of the Universe Revelation cartoon. And now this is just sort of a blending of, the larger scale figure with that original sculpting to see how that looks. And I got to tell you, man, I'm super impressed with how it looks so far. I know there was a Comic-Con set with He-Man and Skeletor, and they had real metal weapons and all that good stuff. But man, I am going to get a 40th Skeletor. I think I've pre-ordered one. It's just a really cool package. 30 points of articulation, Masterverse right on top. Before, these were being called Masterverse figures, but they didn't have that on the package. He-Man, and for 40 years, it says most powerful man in the universe. And of course, the rock exploding on either side. Really nice artwork. I wish that artwork were in a manner where you could sort of cut it out and keep it. Just hate to toss that. I loved those file cards on the back. This is great art. Just no way to really cut it out or store it. And it probably shreds if you kind of try to remove it from the rest of the package. Yeah, there's a crease here, so you'd have to cut along the crease. That's just a pain in the butt. Somebody out there is doing it. I'm sure somebody out there is absolutely doing it. And if you are, you are awesome. But I don't have the patience for that. So let's open this thing up on Christmas Eve, and let's see what we've got. Now that it's all good out of the package, let's take a closer look at Masterverse He-Man, the 40th anniversary. First, he's got all of the classic tools that he needs to combat evil. He's got an axe. He's got the sword, which is of nice length. It's bent, but nice. I can straighten that out. And the shield, of course, which has been appropriately scaled up so that he can... See if I can take this out of his hand without too much trouble. Nope. I'll leave it there. It's not hurting anything. So let's see. You know what? I'm going to take it out of his hand. I'll be right back. Okay, I wrestled the shield off. Actually, the shield was a pain. I had to sort of tear it out of his hand. I was thinking the hand would come off and that I get the shield in the hand and then I'd be able to just take the hand off, but it sort of tore all the way out. That was weird. So I'm not sure how to properly take it out of his hand at this point, but let us continue. So the head has up and down. Of course, he has a joint right under the rib cage that's been hidden by his armor. So he can look way up if he wants to. He can look way down if he wants to. There's a little side to side, but I think it's just because his head is a little loose on there. I don't think it's meant to be wiggled that way. So let's see, the hinges about out to there. You're not going to get a lot of motion. See, there's some joint, like a little bit of the ball joint is exposed. Oh, is that just out of whack? Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's just, this is the way it is. Let's see where it is on this arm. It is, I don't know where it is. Just have to kind of feel around for it. There it is. Just a little joint. So let's see. He's got bicep swivels. And his arm does rotate, so that helps a lot too. The bracers are nice. The things around that just have the two different colors. It's nice. And this shiny, like plating, that's nice. It's double elbows. He's got a joint right there. I don't know if that bends. Let's see if I can bend it independent of the other one. Nope. See if I can do that on the other side. And I can. This one bends all the way. So it doesn't get quite to where he can sort of itch the back of his head. Well, I guess he could. Oh, and here's the other sort of spiked bracelet on that side. That's nice. The armor's really great. Holster for the sword. Let's see. This is the first time I've done a Masterverse figure, so I'm sort of surprised at all of the stuff. There we go. Waist rotates. And he's got the hinge. I think he can, yeah, he twists with the hinge too. So you get a lot of course, the waist is probably just fine, but if you wanted more involvement, see the belt, the loincloth, and the boots have this really nice kind of dark brown, almost black. Yeah, it's got to be black wash. Let's see. Ball joints for the legs. Let's see. Ooh, thigh swivels. These guys are Marvel legends. Let's see, double pinless knees. Let's see, the boots look like they turn at the top of the tufts, and they do, right at the top of the boot. And let's see, this has a hinge and a swivel. Hinge and swivel for the feet. Holy smokes. It's kind of the best of both worlds, right? Like you get kind of original He-Man in here, but you get sort of a newer He-Man too. I wish it had come with an alternate portrait. Maybe something that was more cartoon-like. I think Mattel put something out like that for their Mattel Club. And those things were expensive. And on the aftermarket, they're ridiculously expensive. And it would have been cool to have had like the original sort of likeness from the action figures. But also the cartoon likeness would have been amazing. But still, I'm really happy with this. And I've had a great Christmas Eve. And I hope you guys are having a great Christmas Eve and spending it with your families. So until next time, enjoy your toys.